Cubism as a movement is born out of an industrialized society and the pain and angst that follows. Its assimilation in India, however, was very different.
Now, largely when we talk about Indian Cubism, anything with a geometrical simplification of imagery, we tend to categorize as Cubism.
With the exhibition coming together, suddenly you see the very large number of artists who interacted with that movement in their own very unique, very particular way.
In 1922, through the efforts of Rabindranath and Stella Kramersch, we had this exhibition of the Bauhaus artist in Calcutta, in which there were paintings which can be called broadly Cubist. But of course, Gaganendranath had already started his experiments with it.
You see that he brings in an element of fantasy, myths and stories. What has been described by very many art historians as magic realism is what will go on to become the introduction of Cubism.
Some of our artists who went to Europe, especially to France, studied under certain Cubist artists. And the other slightly different trajectory is when they became aware of European Cubism, tried to find local parallels.
You had a sense of going back to the roots, going back to villages, looking at people from ordinary walks of life. That reflection in paintings was something that you started seeing into the works of artists like J.R. Santosh, A.A. Raiba, J. Sultan Ali, S.K. Bakre, George Keat. You don't see very many examples of Cubist sculpture, for example, in the West. Even Picasso struggled with it. But in India, I think the great triumph was Ramkinkar Baij, who creates one of the finest sculptures of 20th century art ever created in the subcontinent. Dhanraj Bhagat's Man is a portrait that again, takes forward that fragmentation and looks at it in a way that piques your interest.
And that is why Cubism had this large impact. Because the expanded field of Cubism became the mascot for what we call modernist freedoms in art.
That is what this exhibition so beautifully puts together to allow you to see something that is not just an art movement, but something that became Indian in a very intrinsic way.